Hey, what's up? This is Short Round Gear Review. Today we're going to get an in-depth view on the Snugpak Underblanket as well as the Snugpak Top Quilt. Let's go take a closer look. Alright, this is the inside view of the Snugpak Underblanket. Okay. Now at one end you have the outer channels that the shock cord comes out of. Then you have these two tabs that have shock cords in them. I just totally eliminated those. You don't need those at all. And as you can see, this thing is pretty fragile. They rip right out. They're not really sewn in very well at all. Okay, so I just used the end channel shock cords only. What I did is I bought this Tato quilt hook from Dutch Wear, as well as the Tato Ridgeline quilt hook. I don't know if you can see that shit. Now for easy adjustment, I used a double hole cord lock, which you can also get at Dutch Wear. So here's the shock cord coming out of the end channel, goes through the cord lock, around the quilt hook, back through the cord lock, and that enables you to adjust the tension of the under blanket. I did this on all both ends of the under blanket. All right, here's a look at the Snugpak Top Quilt. This is the inside view. Two features you'll notice is the foot box as well as the hip wings. Hip wings tuck under you when you're sleeping to prevent the top quilt from pulling off top of you, and you have the foot box. Now I found the foot box a little too shallow. It's a lot easier to get out of than other top quilts I've used, but nevertheless, once you get your toes dug in pretty deep, you're good to go. All right, here's a close-up of the Tato quilt hook attached to my continuous loop. Shock cord coming out of the end channels through the Tato quilt hook, then through these double cord locks. Okay, this will enable me to make my adjustments. All right, earlier I had mentioned these Tato Ridgeline quilt line hooks. Basically, shock cord feeds through one end. Then what you want to do is have it go over top of your structural ridge line and simply click the other shock cord in place. I chose black for the foot end. Simply goes over the structural ridge line. Then you snap the other shock cord in place. And once you weight your hammock system, it'll pull the under blanket up and out. All right, as you can see, I cinch up the under blanket pretty tightly where it's above the hem of the hammock and where the hammock is gently touching the bottom inside of the under blanket. Now here's been the area where people had a lot of problems. Right here, I actually snipped these off with scissors. You had those two pieces of webbing that were in the center of your of the under blanket. I snipped those off, and once I get into this hammock, you'll see that it'll totally snug right up against the back of this hammock. So you don't need to put shock cords in here to cinch it up. You don't need to run the shock cords to the end of your hammock. You just eliminate that altogether and just use the outside end channel shock cords. Again, same goes for the foot end. I totally eliminated the use of the shock cords in the center. You don't need them. Alright, as you can see, this Snugpak Underblanket totally covers me shoulder to shoulder. I mean, head to toe. Alright, the Snugpak Underblanket comes with a micro diamond ripstop. It's 2.9 pounds and it's 6 foot long. The Snugpak top quilt, also with micro diamond ripstop, comes in at 1.75 pounds, 6 feet 9 inches long, 4 feet 8 inches wide. Okay, so for the bigger guys, I don't know how much coverage you get. For me, I'm 5'8", so this thing fits me perfectly. Alright, so final thoughts and conclusion on the Snugpak Underblanket and Snugpak Top Quilt. I think if you want to get deeper into winter with your hammock system, you can't go wrong. I paid $109 for both the Underblanket and the Top Quilt from Snugpak. Here in Virginia, I haven't been able to test the how deep in winter I could get. They claim it's a 4-season set. I find that hard to believe at this point. I've gotten it down to 30 degrees here with a fleece liner and did just fine. Now, if you have the money, go get yourself a Jacks or Better or Hammock Gear top and under quilt. Serve you well. But if you're on a budget like I am and you want to exit the condensation mess of closed cell foam and Mylar emergency blanket, this is an incredible choice. I have none of the issues I've had with the previous systems using the closed cell foam and emergency blankets. You can't beat it. So I hope you enjoyed it and you got some info. Short Round Gear Review.